All right, welcome back to the Twisted Worlds. Honestly, with how I do the system, there are three tiers that I do it. We just finished tier one. Now we're on tier two, and I'm trying to work out how they start. Essentially, we're carrying on from last time, but other than that, trying to work everything out. Anywho, I guess we'll just get to it. The thrum of magical energies comes to a still. Gordur looks around, the shine of the gold dimmed, as if it was neglected for years. He, he then turns to see. He turns to the skeleton that was once Sean Sarah. He looks to a window and sees a city that should be Shasira, but looks greatly changed. Gordur is confused. He does not know what has happened, but he must get his bearings and figure out what has transpired. But first, a reward. Now, this is going to be bloody overpowered. I've been trying to think of what kind of reward I can give for facing down a calamity that would greatly benefit Gordur in a solo scenario. I came up with one idea, but it seems bloody overpowered. But then I thought, I don't necessarily have to use all the benefits of it all the time. I can use it quite a bit, but I can opt not to use the full thing. I mean, you don't have to move every single turn, and you don't have to attack every single turn. And if you got multiple attacks, you don't have to use them all. So, yeah. As Gordur turns to leave, he notices something. A strange jeweled gold ring on top of the place of ceiling. He looks to it. Even though he knows not much of magic, he can tell that this ring is brimming with pure magical energy, much like that of Naradun. This is his trophy for defeating the twisted spellcasting imp. As he puts on the ring, power floods through his whole body. Speed courses through him. Distance. A rush of energy. It feels as if his legs are 1,000 times stronger, while the rest of his body is light as a feather. His arms move, feel as if they're both strong but nimble. This ring has greatly boosted his physical prowess. And now it is his. Gordur thinks to check Shansara's body for any magical items left over from their battle. He may not need to use them, but he believes they can be sold for money or used for other people. Unfortunately, the thrums of magic have rendered his magical items near useless. He only finds a single wand still holding magic in it. He picks it up. He recognizes it. This is the wand Shansara used to strike a lightning bolt at Gordur. Well, I don't really need to explain what it is. It's a wand of lightning bolt. And it's still brimming full of power. Gordur places the wand in his bag of holding. He readies his axe, not sure of what he'll see once he opens the door out of the room. As he opens, light shines through what once was an opulent palace is no more. A slew of people surrounding the room. Onlookers, guards, normal people, confused at the sight. And are startled when Gordur makes his way out. The guards ready their weapons as they see him. Gordur is expecting a fight. Hold it! Hold it! A man in a white robe comes out. An olden man. Age permeates his face. His hair gray with age. He approaches Gordur. Gordur's good at recognizing faces, even though their age. That's a nat 20. Gordur instantly recognizes who this man is, but he's confused at what he's seeing. This doesn't make sense. And imagine how we feel. old friend. The face is the aged face of his guard friend who helped him in Shasera, but he has aged significantly. What's happening? Where's the palace? The guards? And you've aged. I could say the same for you, old friend. You haven't aged a day. And the missing room has returned to us. Missing room? On that fateful day, shortly after Brunner came out. We were holding the door, attending to Brunner. All of a sudden, strange magic swirled around the room itself and the door outside it. And the next instant, it vanished. A whole part of the castle, of the whole palace, just gone in an instant. We weren't sure what had happened. Gordur looks to the room, standing in the middle of the oasis, without any buildings near it. Shansera's plot. It summoned a powerful magical being. I managed to defeat it. But I guess the magic it unleashed was too volatile. Gordur, my friend. It's been 49 years. Almost half a century has passed. Yes. Some of the guards approach the aged man. Chancellor, what is happening? Gordur asks in confusion. Chancellor? It's been a productive 49 years, my friend. Everyone! Often I've told stories of a hero who helped us and vanished into thin air, who helped liberate the city, who helped make it truly great. This is that very hero, Gordur, the Landclaimer. He is the hero we've been wanting to return. The old guard friend, turned chancellor, turns to Gordur and gets on his knee and bows his head. We owe him an eternal debt of gratitude. As he does, the guards and the people follow suit. Gordur is being hailed as a hero. Most would revel in this, but Gordur, still confused, unsure what has happened. In 49 years, he's missed life for 49 years. And for 49 years, time has slipped by. Unsure what has happened. The Chancellor stands up. Come, my friend. We have much to celebrate. Your return. The good deeds you've done for us. But that requires some preparation. Tonight we feast and celebrate. But today, you have my undivided attention. And I shall provide you with information of all that you have missed. Walking through the streets of Shasera, the slave quarter, which was used to buy and sell living creatures for their own selfish deeds, has been turned into a new type of market. A trade market. Traders from all around, many of them, from all around are there. What used to be the slave quarter is now a hub of trading with other cities, other towns, everything. Prosperity has come to Shasera without sacrificing those who are innocent. As I walk through, a dark robe clad figure hardly belongs to Gordur. It is Sammy, the skeleton from the city of the dead. My friend, you have returned to us. Sammy, we sensed volatile magic around, but we didn't think. And we sensed it again, but we didn't think you'd be gone or that you've returned. I'm surprised you kept track. Time matters little to the undead. But when a friend goes missing, we tend to pay attention. Gordur is happy to see his friend. It's amazing what has happened. Yes, it is indeed. Gordur looks at the stall and sees a familiar-looking fruit. He quite enjoyed this fruit. Oh, wonderful. It'd be 50 gold pieces, sir. Stunned, Gordur looks up. 50? Each, sir. What? That's an outrageous amount. What's going on? I thought this was prosperous and... Well, there are some problems that have arisen since your disappearance, Gordur. Come, follow me. Is it alright if I come too? Of course. A friend of Gordur is a friend of Gordur's is a friend to the entire council. Gordur follows suit. They head to the outskirts of the city. Find a giant cave complex opened up. In here, my friend. You will understand soon. As they enter, they see a full mine, wall to wall. Even large chambers, all of it filled with unrefined gold. This is so much gold. Yes, it is. But then, why the outrageous prices for everything? Everyone is wanting an exceeding amount of gold. You'd be able to give it, true, but still, it's not that. It's not that they're taking advantage. It's that that's the world's state now. What do you mean? And I didn't know Shasira had a gold mine like this. That's the thing, my friend. It didn't. Until that day. What? The Chancellor walks towards a large open area. Everywhere in the mine is free to be mined, except this one area. It felt wrong. He then sees, in the center of it, a golden epitaph. With a number of names etched into it. Names of those, and with an inscription on it. Those who have fallen in order to free Shasera. Do you know where we are, Gordur? Gordur reading the epitaph, then looks around the chamber. Unrefined gold fills the walls. Enough that even he feels tempted by the greed. But then he realizes the layout of the room, the size, and his old battle spirit being rekindled in this very room. No. the old escape route, and the tunnelers, and the tunneler tunnels. This room. This is where the great tunneler Nist Lord was. Exactly. The city of the dead was very intrigued by a strange form of magic appearing. Powerful magic. Not only did it take a whole room from the palace and vanished with it, it turned an entire empty cavern, entire empty cave system and tunnels. It made them brimming with gold of the purest quality. It's not just here either. All around the world, many caves have turned to gold. We've even heard some stories of towns and villages that weren't lucky enough to get a gold mine to have the whole city and the populace turn into solid gold as well. What? We don't know what could have caused something like this, but one thing came to mind. Gordur looks at the ring on his hand, and he mutters the name, Naradun. The Chancellor does not know this name. But Sammy, on the other hand, wait, did you say Naradun? It was the creature Shansera summoned in the throne room that day that I killed. What is this Naradun? The city of the dead has legends of a creature that feasts off of greed and uses it for magic. People assume it's a jinn, but it's a liar. It deceives people and uses that to fuel more magic. Greed and lies. But it hasn't been seen in thousands of years. All that magic built up. It could cause this phenomena. Gordur looks ashamed. Gordur, no need to fear. If anything, this is the best case scenario. Innocent people turning to gold is the best case scenario. What's the worst case scenario then? You dying, Shansera ruling, and Naradun free to wreak havoc on the world. That is the worst case. It's tough, I know. If I had a living heart, it would be breaking too. But just know, even though there are some unfortunates in it, you saved us all. Come. We'll honor you as a hero. Then, after all this time, we can get you back to your home. Thank you. Thank you very much. As they return to the city, night falls. A citywide party is held within in honor of Gordur and his return. Gordur then proceeds to ask, while feasting and whining with his friends, albeit Sammy just there enjoying the company. What else has happened since I've left? Since I was gone? Other than me being the de facto ruler of the city, we decided that we needed a council to rule it. The term ruler doesn't sit well with us after Shansera, but the city needed some people to lead it. And we figured more than one person would be the best case scenario for it. Who are the chancellors? Me and the guards that helped us that day. I see. Gordur has time to think of questions he wants to ask. Sammy. Yes? Did you ever find that man once token? The desert is large, and even though almost 50 years have passed, we unfortunately had no luck so far. It's still out there. We need to be careful. You may have stopped Shansera from summoning Varakis, but there's no guarantee that we're safe from that anytime soon either. Gordur ponders. You think Varakis would have been a better scenario than Nada Dune? I think they're both as bad as each other. And there's no knowing what would have happened. Gordur remembers the words he heard in the Spire of Time. Preventing one calamity made room for another. Shansera had many plans. Gordur didn't like it, but he knew Sammy was right. He traded one problem for another. But at the time, what he did was the right call. And Gordur remembered. What happened with Bruner, anyway? This is the one I was cautious about. I rolled a percentage and it was 100. We found out where you came from and we brought Bruner there, figuring it'd be the best place for him to live. When we saw these other creatures, the Flarebits, what are they called? Yes, that is correct. We honestly thought they wouldn't get along. but it seemed that they recognized that they both imprinted on you, in a sense. Gordur thinks of his homestead. Is Bruno alright? We go to make sure to check he is. And they're completely alright, even to this day. Gordur lets out a sigh of relief. Come the morning, we'll take you back home. Out of the desert, back into the forest. I thank you. What about the town near it? The Chancellor's face darkens a bit. I'm sorry, Gordur. That town, it was one of the few affected. Everyone and everything in it turned to gold. He stationed guards around it, just in case, to protect it. Gordur, saddened to hear this. He has made many friends in that town, and all of them in a death-like state of eternal gold. Tears flood down his eyes. As he's crying, he's trying to think. He says to himself, take the good with the bad with the good. It's just poor luck that town was affected. And before anyone asks or says anything about that, yes, it was actually poor luck. I rolled really low on that percentage. Really, really low. After the evening, Gordur was given many, many gifts. A whole caravan full. This is too much, my friends. No, it's not enough. You deserve a whole kingdom for what you've did for us. But giving you enough supplies for your homestead, giving you anything you could possibly need for it, that is the best we can do right now. And figured that's the best you really need right now. If you ever need anything for your homestead, do not hesitate to reach out to us. We will care for your whole homestead. Even though it's in a forest far from here, your homestead is protected by the people of Shasira, and we shall care for you for many, many years. That is my solemn vow, and the vow of the entire council. I thank you, my friend. Sammy approaches as well. I, too, wish to thank you. The City of Dead is a friend of yours as well. In fact, here. Sammy hands Gordur a crystal ball. You can use that to communicate with us in the City of the Dead or with the people of Shasira for whatever you need. Much more reliable to get to us than a bird or a message sent by courier. I thank you. I must go, my friends. Farewell, Gordur. You're a hero to Shasira. And you're a hero to the City of the Dead. As Gordur boards the carriage on the end of the caravan, he starts heading out of the city. Many people waving, cheering his farewell. Gordur's on his way home. Many nights and days turn as Gordur and the caravan trudge through the desert until finally they find the forest. Even though 49 years have passed, Gordur recognizes the trees of his home. Him and the caravan work the trees, made a road straight from the desert to his homestead. Gordur didn't like having to cut down trees without a clear focus and purpose. But he agreed it'd be easier for everyone to get to and from the homestead this way. He told the people who cut down the trees to put them near the homestead. If he doesn't have an immediate use for them now, he will later. As he looks around, he knows the homestead has been well kept. A rumbling on the ground. Something large was running towards them. It was Brunner. Well and hearty. It comes and picks up Gordur, puts him into an embrace. I missed you too, old friend. Out come small creatures. It's the Flarebits. Although out from the forest trudges one very different creature. What in the world? It appears to be a flarebird, yes. But its size and fur so much larger than the others. This flarebush was almost as tall as Gordur, and the creature was only on all four paws. It's not sitting up or anything. And its fur, very thick, like it's a puff of cotton. What is. I don't understand this. One of the caravan guards approaches. Ah, yeah, that's a solar flarebit. Solar flarebit? Yeah, even rarer than flarebits. They say when a flarebit reaches a strong, hardy age, they turn into the well, a giant version of one. Flarebits are often hunted or well, often often don't live that long. We've made sure to care for them in your place. And well, yeah, this one here has been around since we were first coming here. Gordur looks and realizes the smaller flarebits are wary of him. But the solar flarebit looks at him with recognition. The solar flarebit is one of the few that he cared for all those years ago. Grown strong and as a protector. Gordur holds out his hand to the creature, and it nuzzles his hand in return. It's good to see you again after all this time. Gordur, happy with what's going on, settles back into the homestead. But he knows he has to check on the town of his old friends. He goes to the small town and the farms surrounding it. And as he heard, all of them had turned to gold. People frozen in the street as golden statues. Buildings turned to gold themselves. And any part of the buildings that weren't touched by the gold are streaked in as if an explosion had occurred. But instead of blast marks, gold took its place. Gordur took out a bottle of wine and is grieving the loss of his friends. As he does, 6 men showed up. See, I told you, man. All this gold by a forest, and no one's claimed it. I heard there were guards from a far off city that come to check it on it. And I told you I've been scouting it out. Found their weak points, holes in their schedule. Now we can hawk off all the gold we want. How much do you think a golden child would get me? Gordur hears this and gets angered. He stands up. The 6 hooded figures see this. Well, now, not all the sorry sods are gold, eh? You dare talk that way about my friends? What? Come on, it's gold. Everything's gotten too expensive these days, and we need to earn a living. There's all this gold lying around. Who's gonna miss it? Gordur looks at them. You better not touch them. All the thugs get scared. Look, man, look. I admit our friend here is a bit much. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Dude, you talked about selling off a kid. One that's a gold statue. It was still a kid, man. Look, we didn't mean any disrespect, but he's right about one thing. Things are too expensive nowadays. All this gold showed up around the world, and then I'm aware. Damn that imp. Imp. Look, we're sorry, okay? I knew these people. I saved one city and doomed my friends. I just want to grieve. Well, wah, wah, wah. Too bad. We need to eat too. Gordur stares, gives him a sharp glare. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, I understand you're going through a lot. But things haven't been easy for us either. I mean, the city. There's a lot going on there. City. There's a city? Yeah. With all the gold springing up out of nowhere, a city has been formed at the not far from here. It was established 40 years ago. Speaking of, he doesn't actually look like he was very old. Were you displaced in time or something? Yeah, I was. Oh, how long? Nearly 50 years. The thug, the rogues and the thugs and the criminals all looked at each other. Look, we're really sorry about all this, really. And to hear you've been displaced for nearly 50 years, you're probably confused about all of this. I got in the gist of most of what happened, but not that a city has appeared here. Uh, It's about 2 days off. If you want, we can take you there if you wish. Very well. Let us go. Gordur heads off after pouring the wine on the ground of the town square. He knows that if he's to live by at his homestead, he needs to know about the city that sprung up in his absence. As they approach one day in, they hear a howl. Oh no. Damn it. I thought we'd be clear by now. Gordur hears this. What's the matter? It's just a wolf. Damn it, that's right. This guy doesn't know. He's been displaced nearly 50 years. Makes sense he wouldn't know. Know what? Gold springing up isn't the only thing that happened. And he sees coming a giant wolf. Yep, just one. A really, really big wolf. With strange markings all around it. What in the world? I don't recognize a beast like this. It's a common wolf. Common? Nothing common about this beast. 49 years ago, there was a rush of magic. Not only did it turn cities, towns, and empty caves to gold, the magical energies infused into creatures. Are you saying that this wolf is magically charged? As the wolf howls, fire bursts from its fur, scorching the ground around it. Electricity surges from its fangs. This wolf is charged with magical energy. thugs all cower at this. Stand back. I've got this. Gordur takes the creature, stares it down. They are both ready to fight. Roll for initiative. Gordur makes the first move. He enters a rage and charges at the beast, attacking with reckless abandon. He hits it. And then he rushes at the beast again, striking at it. Hitting. Okay, Gordur, I see what you're cooking up. Let's see. And in Gordur's power, the ring surges. He's lighter and can strike more. Attacks again. Misses the beast, but then he attacks another time. And hits the creature. The wolf is reeling. And from its jaws erupts a flame. A breath of fire stretches to Gordur. Gordur manages to lessen the damage. And with a Gordur holds on. The flames barely hurt him. And with a quick instant, the damage is gone. Gordur attacks with reckless abandon on the wolf. He hits. He strikes once more. Hits the creature. The wolf is nearly down. The ring's charge echoes through his body once more. He attacks. Misses. Attacks again. That's cocked. And it hits. He hits. The magically infused wolf falls to the ground. Lifeless. As Gordur's axe splits its skull. The wolf is dead. And the thugs walking with Gordur stare in disbelief. Oh, wow. I did not know he was that strong. I'm glad we didn't fight him. Yeah, I should learn to stop being cocky. And I should stop. I think we all really need to keep an eye on what's happening around us. Yeah, we definitely need to bear life choices. Sorry about the sounds in wrestling. I'm just looking through something to quickly. Where do I keep this stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Ah, here it is. After a short rest, Gordur and the thugs head towards a large city. Ooh. And it actually fits with what I made up, actually, now that I think about it. Huh. Okay. They don't have Okay. Here's the city, man. Wow. I wasn't aware there was a ocean too far near the forest. Yeah, honestly, you can go to a lot of places here. As they approach the city, a woman runs to the group. My dear, my dear, what's going on? What's going on? What's wrong? What's wrong? It's our daughter. She's run off. What? Why? Just said there was a note. She just left a note and, well, she ran off. Got on a boat, went to the. And left. She said she's found a way for us to earn our keep. That can't be right. This was in her room. The woman handed the man a pouch. With a strange symbol engraved to it. Upon closer look, it was an emblem. Part of it a mask, the other part, fairy wings. Constantly having to flip through what's what. What? A trickster's pouch? You can't be serious. What? What's a trickster's pouch? There's been a group of criminals going around. They don't just take gold, they actively ruin people's lives. And not just criminals either. They ruin anyone's lives if they deem it worthy enough for them. That can't be good. Where are they heading? They headed to a boat. What kind of... I asked the doc. They're heading to the trade city. Marinua? Damn. We need to get our daughter back. All help. Gordur exclaims. Are you sure? Yeah. I'm sure. Gordur heads to the docks. Are you sure about this? I'm sure. I can't just leave a wayward child alone. You're a good man. Gordur's on the boat, heading towards the trade city of modern Nua. And that is where we're ending it. And yeah, that ring is going to be bloody overpowered. Although, with the luck of my rolls, it might balance out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It helps if you watch all the series, although you don't necessarily have to watch it. I mean, most of it's just audio only anyway, so yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you next time on The Twisted Worlds.